from the Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Good to see you guys this morning. We're going to talk about the Grand Rapids crisis after two videos reveal a black man who was shot, maybe even executed by the police. You have two videos that were released. One was released by the police department, and you can just barely tell what the hell's going on. The other was released by a citizen, and it's interesting. I talk about this. I don't always or normally talk about news other than like biker news, but in this case, this is troubling. It's troubling that it hasn't been picked up by any major news source in the United States. We want to talk about the lady who got kidnapped over and over and over again, day after day after day. We want to talk about the lady that got kidnapped and how they can get just all the resources in the world to do DNA matches and all that stuff. It takes 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, 2 months. Those Hells Angels guys sat in jail for 10 months before those Eveleth Hells Angels sat in jail 10 months before they could get any kind of DNA evidence to find them not guilty. 10 months they sat in jail. This lady's got DNA evidence in 5 days. It's kind of ridiculous. But nobody's picked up this story about a black man that was on the ground. To me, and I saw this video, it appeared to me that both of his hands were behind his back. And we'll let you take a look at it. But he was shot in the head while being attacked in the neck by a police dog. And with police sitting all over the top of him, like, geez, what the hell do you need to be safe? Well, the first thing, and we're going to talk about it, is you need to not effing run from the police. That's the first thing. You need to not run from the police. And I know people are going to get pissed off at me when I say that, but you need to not run from the police in order to because they're going to kill you for that. And that's just what they do. So anyway, one disagrees completely with the police narrative, and a woman pleads guilty to a drive-by shooting at the Hells Angels clubhouse in Eveleth. This is important because the Eveleth Hells Angels up there on the Iron Range went through hell. We covered it for was it 2 years we covered it? At least a year, only for them to be found not guilty. This woman went by the clubhouse and shot through the front door and all of that. Well, she's going to learn her fate in May. Unbelievable. We're going to talk about a story in bikerliberty.com, my online news magazine. I have a new writer, and his name is Chaos, and he wrote this story. He was actually there to see the 1%er Outcast, Hell's Lovers, and Sin City party, where they all partied together at the OLS party, which was a unity party. And so we're going to looking at his story so you guys can go read that. And finally, MC Protocol this morning with the lovely Tia and our new guest host this morning, Mark Valentine. Woo is the How to Stop Brothers from Sabotaging Your Marriage and Relationship, Grand Rapids shooting, okay, all of those things. So that's what we're going to be talking about this morning. I'll be back in a minute and 7 seconds after this brief introduction. And listen, man, I thank you guys for being around since 2016. We really appreciate you. Be back in a minute and 7 seconds.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books, then you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes for prospect all the way up to national P. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one legend in life. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu and says get Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News, he's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News, you're self-educated by his books and you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News, he covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated biker news with MC Protocol.
It's your boy Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can use, and allow me to introduce our guest host without any further ado. Brother Woo, what's up, man?
Good morning, Dragon. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Man. You have to forgive me, man, for my faux pas.
Which one?
I called you by your government name. Forgive me.
That's all right. That's fine.
That's the way I see it when I look at your Facebook page, man.
Yeah, I know.
Your name is indelibly indelled by memory. I'm sorry.
People say Mark, and I look around and think my mother or father are in the room. I'm not used to it, but it is what it is. Woo, WOO. That's fine. That's fine.
Up, Woo? Good to meet you, man. Good to have you on the show, rather. And without any further ado, the lovely, my new wife, my bride, the lovely Miss Tia. Wow. So we'll have your microphone put together for you, Miss Tia. Forgive me for not having your microphone today. What's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody. Man, we got some stuff going on in Michigan, man. What bothers me most about it is that it is not being covered on any major newscast in the United States. It's not on CNN. It's not on any newscast. It's not on Fox. And just like with the killing of oh my goodness, what was the name? The 2020 riots.
George Floyd.
Yeah, yes, George Floyd. Just like the 2020 riots, that stuff was not covered until it went viral on social media, and then that's when the news decided to cover it, and we saw what happened with that. And so here again, we have another very, very controversial bullshit kind of killing, or at least that's what it appears to be to me. And so it's going to be important for people like us to discuss this before it can get the kind of attention that it deserves. And there has been a softening. It's been a softening in this country with police accountability. It was higher, I believe, on the radar than it is now. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on. You had the people killed by ICE recently, and there seems to be a softening of let's hold these folks accountable now. Before there's even a investigation, before there's any kind of investigation whatsoever, people are being demonized on television. This has always happened since I'm 62 years old. This has always happened to black males. You get demonized before you ever even get any kind of investigation or anything like that. One thing that I will say, and you know what, I think I'll hold my comments until we look at the videos. And this is one video here on Dr. Rashad Ritchie's channel, Undisputed, which has been around for a long time, his channel. So we're going to look at this real quick, and then there's a couple other things, a couple other videos and stuff we'll look at, and you guys can make up your own mind. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to show the entire video because you can go here and other places and see it. I saw it live, and I was just blown away by what I saw. So let's get the story here. Action.
Cops fatally shoot a black man in the back while he was on his stomach. First, I want to show you the police released body cam footage of the shooting.
Okay, so the following contains content some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. We wanted to put that out.
Get on the ground! Hands up! Look, hey, show me your hand! He's reaching! Grab his right arm. I need you to grab his right arm. Grab his right arm. I got the dog. Dog's good. Hey, Cubs. Right arm. Stop reaching, man. You're gonna get shot. Hey, he's got a gun in his hand. Let him go. Drop the gun.
Didn't really tell much, right? It's all happening so fast. That is the chaos that is a police officer's job. They get one thing wrong, they won't go home tonight. All true. What if there was another angle? What if there was more we could show you? Maybe there is. There is. Here's the bystander version from a different angle. Watch.
All right. So this one's going to be a little bit more disturbing. So the following contains content some may find disturbing. So if you got kids in the room or whatever, you might want to send them out because this is a different angle and this could be disturbing.
Hey. And then I'm going to grab the thing. He on his stomach, both hands behind his back. He's not. Oh my God.
So it would take a lot to be able to see that. You got to really zoom in on it and stuff. But it appeared that his hands were behind his back, and it would appear that that he was shot up several times in the back of the head. While, I don't know if you saw that or not, while a dog was chewing on his neck the whole time. And I happen to have one of those dogs. I happen to have a Malinois, and Tia got bit by him. What does his bite feel like, Tia?
He bit you too. You could say better than I could.
I fell down and damn near cried like a grown. I did cry when he bit me. I thought I was going to shoot him. I was so mad.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that dog bit me. Like, I could not believe that, and I saw stars literally.
They happen to have one of the toughest bite forces of any dogs out there. They're the #1 dog used around the world by police and military, these Malinois. And so I just cannot see pulling a gun on one while laying on my stomach with my hands behind my back and it's chewing on my neck. I think what I'm trying to do is get this thing off my neck. Having been bitten by one myself personally, when we first got this dog, he was biting everybody as though it were a thing to do. This right here, Wikipedia, his name is Daquan Johnson, and Wikipedia has already dedicated a page to him. On February 18, 2026, just a few days ago, Daquan Johnson, a 32-year-old Black American man, was shot 3 times by Grand Rapids Police Department K-9 officer, by a Grand Rapids Police Department K-9 officer in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He died from his gunshot wounds the following day. Now, the background. Here is the the very lousy thing that these folks keep doing that keep getting shot. Daquan Johnson was a 32-year-old black man and a convicted felon on parole. He was a father to 3 daughters. The K-9 officer involved in the shooting has not yet been identified, and their race is not known. Of course, they will never identify them. It's never transparent in the beginning. It just never is. It's sad, but it isn't. Statements from the Grand Rapids Police Department officials claim that officers suspected Johnson was in possession of a firearm while he was riding a bicycle and failed to stop him from riding away. You can see in another video where they're behind him and they ask him to pull over, and he refuses to pull over. Instead, he starts running, and that's the problem. You got to know when you start running, you put your life in jeopardy, no matter what. A K-9 unit then pursued Johnson, following him to the parking lot of the Eastern Lofts on Eastern Avenue Southeast, where he unmounted his bicycle, but he tripped. Johnson tripped, and he laid with his stomach on the ground. He was immediately attacked by a police dog. Body camera footage indicates that an officer made orders for Johnson to drop a gun and stop reaching with his arms, though Johnson is not seen with a gun in any available footage and was still being detained by the police dog. Officers said, I read that officers said later that a police dog didn't have the ability to detain a man. That's crazy. Anyway, an officer then fired 3 shots into Johnson immediately after shooting. One officer remarked, "I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face." Details around the case are actively contested, especially on whether Johnson posed an actual threat to the officers or whether he had resisted officers. Now, they have claimed to have found a gun underneath his body. Johnson's daughters saw the shooting of their own father, outside of their apartment. He died the next morning, Thursday, February 19th, while in surgery at a local hospital. I don't know what kind of damn surgery you could have with bullet holes in your head, but they tried. So the official account of the killing was made by the Grand Rapids Police Department in response to inconsistencies or outright falsehoods being spread on social media. This is body camera video that they're referencing. The GRPD released 2 body camera videos and 1 dash cam video. In the dash cam video, I saw where they were pursuing him, with more footage still being processed. Official statements claim that Johnson posed an immediate threat to officers because he reportedly possessed a gun that was found under his body after the shooting, and that Johnson would have been in violation of parole. The same day, an additional video from a witness was released by Johnson's family. Now, this video appeared to show Johnson on his stomach being straddled by an officer immediately before being shot 3 times. Family and advocates have asserted that Johnson was visibly restrained before being shot by police. Details around the shooting are being reviewed by Michigan State Police and the Kent County prosecutor. And of course, we have the Foxes guarding the hen house on this. The mayor of Grand Rapids made a statement promising the highest degree of transparency, but we don't even know the officer's name that shot him or who he was or anything about him. So much for the highest degree of transparency. In investigating the killing, he offered condolences to the family. Robert Womack, Kent County Commissioner, decried the official account of the killing and called for more community action, saying that when it comes to officer-related shootings, there is a mantra that continues to happen. We see it on video, and then people come out and tell us what we saw. We see it on the video, and then people come out and tell us what we saw, not to believe our lying ass eyes. We saw with Patrick Loyola, it's not what we saw. We see it on the video with George Floyd, but remember, he died of an overdose, not somebody straddling with their knee on his neck. The people come out and say, what you saw in the video is not what you saw. We saw that in Rodney King way back in the first video, back in, 93? The official account was immediately contested by the family of Johnson, who claimed that Johnson posed no danger to the officers at the time of the shooting. Angelica Johnson, Johnson's mother, said that her son sustained neck injuries from the dog, the police dog, and had been shot execution style. So that's Wikipedia. Here, this is a, geez, I didn't even see this one yet. Here is his attorney. In this video, his attorney says, you can't judge what happened to him by a little brief 3-second video. Like, that can't be the only stuff that you use to figure out whether the officers were in the right or the wrong. That little video can't be it. You got to be kidding me. You need more than that. That video doesn't show what happened before. The video doesn't show what happened, what made them run him down. He was a convicted felon in possession of a gun. But how could you know that? Driving behind him while he's on a bicycle with his back to you, you don't know who the hell he is. Convicted felon or whatever the case may be. We were chasing a convicted felon with the gun. Not at the time. You didn't know that at the time. So I find it very interesting that I'm not supposed to believe the 3-second video, but the 3 seconds show the guy's hands behind his back, perhaps. I'm sure they're going to have to enlarge it and do the things they do. But from what I can see with my lying eyes, his hands behind his back, his face to the ground, a dog biting him in the face and neck, and he gets shot 3 times. That 3 seconds must be discounted. It must be completely damn discounted. It must be discounted. It cannot be believed because in reality, he's a bad person. Let's see.
Video provided by citizens providing the clearest view of the moment a Grand Rapids police officer fired shots that killed a man who, now, according to police,
you tell me, audience, it is, I mean, I'm looking at this. Is the man
providing the clearest view
pointing a gun? The officer said I could see the barrel of the gun pointing at my face. Really?
Of the moment.
This is the moment. This is the part you can't believe. This is the 3 seconds that you
officer
don't believe this shit you're looking at.
Fired shots that killed.
Right there, right there. This is where the shots happen. Right there. You can, for a second, it clears up. You can see his face.
Grand Rapids police officer fired shots that killed.
Right there. Damn, I can't get it. Right here. One more.
The moment the Grand Rapids police officer fired shots.
Right there. There's his face right there. Grimacing. Chest to the ground. Arms behind him. I can see the gun pointed clearly at my face. Right here? Do you see a gun pointed clearly at the officer's face? I don't. My eyes are damn it lying to me. Stop lying, you eyes. Show me the pistol pointed at the officer's face right here. Now, I don't know what happened before. I don't know what caused them to pull him over. I don't know any of that. Is it relevant right here?
That killed a man who, according to...
So this is when they were following him. You can't tell that he is a convicted felon in possession of a gun here. Like, there's no way you would know that.
Police was armed with a gun.
But today, the attorney for the 2 officers involved told Target 8 they can't be judged by that short video clip alone.
No, you can't be judged by that short video clip alone, even though that shows exactly what the hell's happening.
Target 8's Ken Kolker in studio now with more on this story. Ken.
Yeah, Brian, and so the video is difficult to watch. While we're showing the moments before the shooting, we're not showing the actual 3 shots. The video clearly shows Dake.
Well, here it clearly shows we got a dog on him, and he's being straddled. And at least this hand, the left one, is behind his back.
Quan Johnson on his belly, the officer above him firing shots from behind.
You can't base it on just one piece of evidence. And like I said, that one piece of evidence, this one citizen's video is not even a complete recording of the entire incident in its entirety. It doesn't show the suspect, when they first make contact. It doesn't show when they first come up on the suspect.
He says body cam and dash cam videos released by Grand Rapids police help tell more of the story. It started Wednesday night when police tried to stop Johnson on his bicycle, suspecting he was carrying a gun. The officer's attorney said they did not know who he was, a convicted felon who was not supposed to be carrying a weapon.
Grand Rapids is having a gun violence problem. They were being proactive and trying to identify as to whether or not the suspect had a gun or not. And instead of complying with their commands, as you can see from the video that was released, he took off.
Police videos show officers
and therefore should be murdered.
Giving chase, sending a police dog
or killed
to subdue him after he had ditched the...
So there's the police dog subduing him, but police dogs can't subdue people.
A police dog to subdue him after he had...
It sure looked like it took his ass down to my lion eyes.
Ditched the bike and had fallen in an apartment complex parking lot.
Now, look at this. His right hand, is his right hand behind him or under him? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm sure they'll be
after
able to...
he had ditched the bike and had fallen in an apartment complex parking lot near Eastern Avenue and Logan Street. Then the struggle. This captured on police video.
Right on. Stop reaching, man. You're gonna get shot. He's got a gun in his hand. Let him go. Drop the gun.
Followed by 3 shots. Police say they found a handgun beneath Johnson, who died later at the hospital. A video released by police also captured this comment from an officer.
Yes, I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face.
Yes, I saw the barrel pointed right at my face. Is that even possible? Even if you had grabbed a gun underneath your stomach, is it possible from this angle to point it directly at his face? Is that possible?
By 3 shots. Police say they found a handgun beneath Johnson, who died later at the hospital. A video released by police also captured this comment from an officer.
Yes, I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face.
Johnson's mother, Angelica Johnson, has called the shooting unjustified, asking for justice, but also asking for only peaceful protests. Roy Taylor, a national use of force expert, reviewed the videos at Target 8's request. He said he believes the shooting was justified. Is he a threat to them when he's face down like that?
Absolutely.
How so?
He's in close proximity, and the dog has, it appears, his left arm. Most people are right-handed, and he's got the gun, and the officer even articulated that. Look at his right hand. Watch his right hand. He's got a gun. So the officers don't have to wait till the gun's pointed at them. Once they've identified the threat, and it's a real threat, then the law will allow them to shoot their weapons.
If he would have complied,
Even
if he had a handgun on him, he simply would have arrested, and he would have gone to jail, and he would be here today.
Well, we don't know that.
Grand Rapids Police Chief Eric Winstrom declined.
So anyway, Cindy, you're absolutely right, Cindy. He's running with a gun. That's not very wise. It's not, because you see what happens. I tell kids all the time, man. I tell my young ones, sit your ass down. When the police say stop, you stop. When the police say jump, you say how high. My mother used to say, you can be right, but you can be dead right. And if you're dead right, all you are is a t-shirt, son. Don't fight with them people out there. They will kill you. And she wasn't telling no lies about that. So they say Grand Rapids in crisis after 2 videos reveal fatal police shooting. But this is surprisingly only been picked up out there. No place else. Is it? Can you see it anywhere in the United States? Nobody's picked it up. No Fox News, no CBS, no NBC, no ABC, no CNN, no any of the other ones of them. We have our boy MC Show. Hey man, how are you, man?
I'm always doing great, man. Always. My man Lavish and Logic up on there.
Logic is no longer on the show, and Lavish is Lavish here? Yeah, Lavish is here. Hold on, let me put him in.
Okay.
Yeah, Lavish is here.
But being that it's so close to Lavish up there, this fall right in his lap, huh?
Well, it is close to him. So what's up?
Wheelhouse.
You wanted to say?
All right, check this out. Check this out. This is all I gotta say, man. Listen, we gotta take the emotions out of this, okay? The bottom line of it is this: the family is going to get a settlement. And they're going to get a settlement for one reason and one reason only. A canine dog is not trained to go for the neck area. That's not how a canine dog is trained. So if that canine dog went to that area and did those wounds like it's showing in the video, they got a lawsuit.
What does that got
Plain
to
and
do?
simple.
What does that got to do with anything? The family's going to get a settlement. That is. Take the emotion out, so the family's going to get a settlement. That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life.
What do you mean the family's? What do you mean?
It's ridiculous. Take the emotion out of this. The family. How can it be anything but emotional?
I'm talking about the people that may call in or the comment area. I'm dealing in facts. The fact of the matter is that the canine dog is not trained to go to that area.
That's the fact of the matter. When you get shot in the back of your head with 3 bullets, with your hands behind your back, the fact we want to talk about is the canine dog. I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm done with it.
Regardless of the situation, it's going to be a settlement.
Okay. All right. Is that what you wanted to say?
No, but what I want to say is that a canine dog. This is the part that because you got a Malinois, that don't make you an expert, buddy. I used to train dogs. I used to go around the country and train and compete, so I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I've got a trained Malinois that I trained, so I don't know shit about training dogs.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you, Dragon, is that everything is about procedure.
Okay. Well, what is the procedure for being on the ground with your hands behind your back and getting shot in the head? What's the procedure about that? Wouldn't they be sued for that more than the damn Malinois?
Dragon, the Malinois is a police officer.
Okay.
Stop looking at this like it's just a regular dog. If the Malinois is considered a police officer, it's a canine.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay?
Yes,
so anybody out there that may want to sit there and think that they can sit there and maybe shoot a dog that's a canine dog, they are shooting a police officer. That's how they look at it.
Yeah, you shoot a canine or you stab it.
Regular dog in a back alley somewhere.
If you shoot a canine or you stab it, you will absolutely be shot by the police like you just shot a police officer. Yeah.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is that because of what the dog did, okay, any human being would sit there, regardless of whether they feel they not supposed to have a gun. They're going to try to use anything to get this dog up off of them. And if the dog follows the procedure, how it was trained, it's trained by either biting at the leg or biting at the arm, at the ankle.
Yeah,
that's how they are trained.
That's how they should be trained anyway. Obviously, this one didn't follow the training. Okay, I got the point. I got your point. Are you
right? So when he went to the neck, how the hell are you going to sit there and keep still if a dog is biting you at the neck?
Oh, you can't keep still.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying when I talked about they're going to sell it because the dog did not follow procedure.
But a settlement of a lawsuit is not anything I'm talking about right now. But anyway, you're correct about the dog being a police officer. You're correct about where they are typically trained to attack. But it's a dog. Any place it can bite a hold of your ass is where it's going to get you. So I've seen people hurt seriously by dogs that were trained to attack on the arms or the legs. When they grab, they're animals. They're trying to get that ass, and that's what they do. But
yes, you're absolutely right, Black Dragon, when we're talking about personal home protection. But we are talking about police dog, canine. That's a totally different animal. Okay. Totally different.
All right, I got you.
They can't make mistakes like that going to any other part.
Yeah, the mistake is the guy getting shot in the back of the head with his hands behind his back. We're not talking about a dog. I'm done. I'm done.
The reason why
I'm done. if you're talking lavish, you can't be heard. Lavish, if you're saying something, you can't be heard. I can't hear you.
What about now?
There you go.
Okay. Were you just yelling? You just hung up on the guy?
And I love that guy.
That was Mark.
That was yeah.
You got him riled. You got him riled up. Why you hang up on him?
It was kind of insensitive to the family. You got to think about the family here, and I don't want to hear nothing about a lawsuit. I want to hear about justice. I taste blood in my mouth. I ain't worried about no money right now, you know. And you just confirmed the fact why I don't watch the news. That was so. I'm glad they put that disclosure in the beginning. Like, this is, you be careful, cautious when you watch this. That can ruin your whole day to see that. And I pray the world gets better. That's so sad. And I just pray for that man's family.
But what the gentleman was saying made absolutely no sense. If the dog had been the sole reason why the man was killed, then we could talk about a lawsuit and the dog not doing what he's supposed to, on and on and on. The dog had nothing to do with the man dying. The man was shot in the back. That's what the subject is, not the dog, not anything else. So the man didn't really make any sense. He didn't make any sense to me. I don't know about anybody else, but he made zero sense to me.
Yeah, I got it in late. I got it in discussion. I mean, I know the story about it because it's in my state. So I know what's going on, but I haven't personally dug deep into, looking into it. I really don't like to look at stuff like that.
Yeah, me neither. That's crazy.
I think it's for me it's I'm glad I'm not a juror. It's a open and closed case. You shot a man in the back. In my opinion, there's no reason ever to shoot a man in the back. You could have put your gun in your holster and grabbed his hands. You could have not had your gun out. You see somebody reaching for something, grab his hands, hold him. I don't care what you do. There's no reason to shoot a man in his back. You can't justify that. And it's also impossible to shoot behind you. How do you hold a gun, put it behind your back, and aim it up towards someone? Your hand physically doesn't go in that position. Your arm doesn't move in that position. So that just doesn't make sense. I think the new excuse now is he has a gun, and that automatically becomes the code word for it's okay for us to kill somebody.
And also, I'm afraid for my life. And stop moving and stop resisting. These are the words they call out.
Code words.
Those are the code words.
Right.
The what do you call them? Dog whistles.
To justify.
If you hear that and someone's on top of you, stop resisting.
Absolutely.
Be still as you can be.
Absolutely.
People say that it's absolutely hard to stay still when the first thing you're gonna do is that's the first thing you're gonna do. Like, you could say that all day, you could practice for something all day long, and when this stuff actually happens, you're off guard. You don't know what to do. So to tell somebody to lay there and be attacked, a lot of people, I'm not wired like that. So I just try to stay out of harm's way as much as I can and pray that when my family and everybody attached to me, or people in general, go out in this world, that they make it home. Because it's just the type of world we live in. And it's not even bad compared to a lot of places in the world. But you create peace around, you do a good job creating peace around you in your life, that when you see something disturbing like that, it reminds you how wicked and the world really is. And I just pray.
So, whole grain trucker, one thing that Clark was right about from the MC show, the caller, and you say if my dog bites me, he'll go bye-bye. Yeah, he wasn't quite our dog yet at the time. We had just found him. But yeah, he just showed up down here, a big ass Malinois, and
that's why the less on to let him go.
Snapping at everything. I thought it was funny when he bit Tia, but when he bit me,
the less on to put him out. Oh,
but if you touch one of them police dogs, you can look to be shot. They're going to treat you like you just punched or shot or stabbed a police officer. So whatever you do, you don't fight them dogs back. You go ahead and take it because they're considered a whole police officer. The sad part, yeah.
And late, where did the conversation of the dog come in outside of just the dog chasing him down? Because I hear that Cameo was talking about the dog. I hear you talking about the dog. What part is the dog playing in this?
So the dog chased the man down, and as the man tripped and fell at about the same time the dog hit him. So I don't know whether you can say the dog took him down or he was on the way down, but the dog was on him by the time he was on the ground. And during the time when the police were straddling him and were on top of him, the dog was also biting him. And at some point, it was biting him in the face and neck area. And right after they shot him, when I saw the original video on the press conference, and right after the dog shot him, the police stood up and walked away, and the dog is attacking his neck at that time, which we did not show on here, but it's just horrendous. So that's where the dog came in, and Cameo said that the family was going to get a settlement, and the dog there was going to be a lawsuit, and to me it went a little bit left, and I got a little bit frustrated with Cameo this morning, and so I hope he forgives me.
Dog. I was just wondering how the dog, and the dog being a police dog, I was just wondering how all that tied into everything. I was
Walter White, you're absolutely right. When people learn running from the cops doesn't end well at all. I don't know when they'll learn that, because we got to see them do that. But a lot of times people are afraid, and they're running because they're afraid, or maybe they're running because they are a felon with a gun, and you're getting ready to go to jail for 10 years, huh?
I'm afraid to run from them in today's day and age.
So I'm afraid to run. Some people are afraid and they run. How people deal with their fear or whatever they got going on is one thing. And then here's another thing that was discovered during the Rodney King shootings. This was some studies that they came up with after the Rodney King beating. The study that they came up with is a lot of times when you force these cops to chase you, a lot of these cops are young. Like, beat cops are young. They're in their 20s and 30s and 40s. These are young people, and they get angry and they're mad. And by the time they have risked their lives, run through red lights, almost gotten traffic wrecks, by the time the adrenaline hits them, when they finally catch your ass, there is this anger where they want to punish. This is a human emotion. These are humans. And so now you got a guy that's pissed off at you, or a group of them, and they have power. They have absolute power, and some people don't handle that well. So now you're getting your ass whooped, or maybe even shot, or maybe even killed. Running is not a good option. I tell these kids, I tell my own, I was told by my mom, hey, man, you will be shot in the back. I'll never forget that movie. Woo, you probably remember that movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was in the South. It was about a dog and a black boy, and his father went to jail. And was Cicely Tyson in that movie? His father went to jail, and he had to kind of basically grow up while his father was in jail. And his dog was in the story. But in this story, the men were gambling by the riverbank, and the sheriff came and caught them gambling. They all ran in different directions, and one guy grabbed a hold of the rope and swung out into the middle of the lake trying to get away, and the sheriff shot him in the back. I was about 9 or 10 years old when I saw that movie, and that was the first thing that was the first thing that I ever realized that you could be shot in the back while running from a cop. And it taught me that, and that movie was vivid in my mind because I was a kid and I'd never seen such a thing. And from that point on, I think I knew not to run. And the cop did it twice. The sheriff did it twice in the movie. In the beginning of the movie, he shot a guy in the back. And then the end of the movie, another guy ran and swung out over the lake on that same rope and was shot in the back by that same cop again. Does anybody know the name of that movie?
No, I don't think I saw it. I don't think I saw it. No.
I don't know.
Some of my people out here know the name of that movie. But anyway, it's a. I'm sure you guys all saw that movie. So
doesn't ring a bell.
So that's that story. I wanted to make sure to get it out there. It's going to get bigger and bigger on social media, and we'll see if the networks cover it. Next story. Woman pleads guilty to drive-by shooting at the Hells Angels clubhouse in Eveleth. I think you were with me when I covered this, Lavish. The Eveleth Hells Angels have been through hell, man. The Iron Range Hells Angels have been through hell. 2 accusations against them have both proven out to be false. It cost a couple of those guys 10 months in a jail cell while they were waiting for DNA. Oh, the movie is Sounder. Thank you, Paul Winfield and Cicely Tyson.
Sounder.
Yeah, the movie.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. This movie Sounder.
That was before I was born. It came out.
It wasn't before. It wasn't. Baby girl, don't do that to me.
Oh, that's funny, Dragon. My wife is texting me from behind the scenes going Sounder 1972. I don't know how she knows. Wait, she's at work. Aren't you supposed to be working? What are you doing?
This is the movie right here, and this was the very scene. Let me see. This was the very scene that blew me away. It was in the very beginning of the movie. Is this it? This must not be the whole movie because we're already halfway done with it. Yeah. Okay, that must be some kind of this movie here was, for me, it was just let me see. Can we get the full movie Sounder? The full movie. I knew people would know this movie. Is this it? This was.
Don't nobody know how a story's gonna end.
Oh, come on, it locked. Give it back to me. The computer's doing too much. Hopefully it'll unlock. Oh man, everybody's locked. Oh wow. Can you guys still hear me?
But all
I can hear you.
Got the same beginning.
Okay, we're unlocked now.
A child's born.
Okay, so it's getting real nasty to me. Okay, here we go. This scene right here for me was so compelling. It scared the hell out of me. I'm trying to find it. Holy moly. It can't be this deep in the movie. It was somewhere in here where these guys were gambling by the lake and the sheriff just came and shot him, and it was crazy. Anyway, this is the movie that taught me you don't run from the police. It was very scary. As a boy, 1972, I was just 9 years old. And when I saw this movie, it was like the video it was unheard of. Like, you didn't see stuff like this. And I don't say, but you know what? The very last scene. Okay, so this must not be the full movie either. It's an hour and 22 minutes long, so maybe it is. Okay, is this it? Yeah, you see. Yeah. Is this it? Poor fellow. Anyway, it was horrible. I guess I can't find it. No need in wasting too much time on it. But if you guys go see that movie or you go check it out, you will see what I was talking about. And that was the thing that really blew me away. And it's when I realized not only was he shot in the back by the police for running, it wasn't that he wasn't guilty. He was guilty. He did do a bunch of bad stuff. The other guy was guilty of gambling, but you think that there's supposed to be a judge, jury, and a separate executioner, and that's not what happened in the movie. So, and that's not what happens in real life. Anyway, back to this Eveleth Hell's Angel story. These guys have been through hell, and we saw it happen where they were accused of sexual misconduct with a woman. They were accused of kidnapping her and her boyfriend, and they had to run away and escape to get out of there. In any event, DNA proved that none of that was true. None of that happened. But it cost them, a couple of guys, it cost them 10 months in prison. This is how we got to know the Eveleth Hell's Angels up there in the Iron Range. And not only did they have to spend that time in jail, it cost them lots of money. And the city council voted to put the whole Hell's Angels out of the city, to take their clubhouse and throw them out of the city. It didn't happen, but that was the vote. And then sometime during that time, one of the reasons that they wanted to throw him out of the city was because this woman showed up on the doorstep and shot through the windows. Not the windows, the front door. And they were like, yeah, these guys can't stay out of trouble, bro. We look around now, they got people shooting up the clubhouse. It's time to get rid of them. Well, she pleads guilty now, a year later, to a drive-by shooting at the Hells Angels clubhouse in Eveleth, going to show that those guys were just really not guilty of anything. She was guilty. I told y'all so.
Was she a wife to one of the members or a girlfriend to one?
She was not a wife to one of the members. We don't know if she was a girlfriend or a jilted patch chaser or something like that. We don't know, Tia. We don't know.
No, I'm just asking.
You're trying to take up for her. Like,
no. I just want to understand
you're trying to take up
why she would do that. I'm just trying to put it together.
And Adrien Marie Gunderson, 40 years old, pleaded guilty to felony drive-by shooting toward an occupied building, according to St. Louis County Attorney Kim Mackey. Gunderson admitted to firing multiple shots at the front door of the Hells Angels clubhouse in Eveleth on September the 2nd, 2024. Camera footage showed her exiting the vehicle, approaching the front door, and firing several times. Officers found 14 9mm casings, on the street and sidewalk, bullet holes in the front door, and bullet damage inside the entryway. I'm glad the guy behind the door didn't get killed. The plea agreement lets Gunderson argue for a lighter sentence, but the state plans to seek the maximum allowed. Sentencing is set for May the 4th. 14 times she shot at that clubhouse door. Maybe she was a jilted patch bunny. I don't know.
She could have really hurt somebody.
What's up? I ain't hear nothing. I think my audio was off or something.
We were talking about that girl up there, and you remember that girl that shot through the door of the clubhouse up there at the Hells Angels, Iron Range Hells Angels, a year ago or so? No, that was 2 years ago. Whew. Wow. Anyway, she's getting ready. She pleaded guilty to shooting through she shot 14 times. I think, you know what, Mark, Wu, I think there is more to this story. I noticed you being quiet about it up there.
I don't, you know me and outlaw conversations.
We don't talk about it. I know you and Lavish. I know.
Yeah, we don't talk. That makes for boring commentary, but yeah, me and Lavish stay out of those conversations.
Yeah, I definitely stay out of.
I'm with you, Lavish. Yeah, man, I'm not in that.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. I'll talk about it, damn it.
Hey, Lavish, what about those Knicks, Lavish?
Oh, my goodness. I thought I'd sneak you in, Mark. You was like, hell no, bro. I ain't going in.
Hey, he tried to slip you, huh?
Yeah, I'm not getting involved in that conversation.
Unbelievable. This is our story that we have coming out. we got a new writer for bikerliberty.com. His name is Chaos. He wrote this story. He was actually here. Unbelievable. One Percenters, Outcast, Hell's Lover, Sin City party together in St. Louis. You guys go over to bikerliberty.com and read this story. It was amazing. It was January 31st. It was 15 degrees out, 15 degrees above zero, wind chill factor of 5 below zero. And there were 3,000 people in the building and maybe 1,000 or 2 outside the building. 99 percenters, 1 percenters, all kind of different motorcycle clubs, everybody here in St. Louis to have fun. Nobody shot, nobody beat up, everybody, just money being made, everybody having fun. So we did a story about this. And we did interview the Outcast president. I want to have all 3 of them back here to interview them. But anyway, this is one picture of the inside of that place with just thousands of people in there in the freezing cold, showed up to party with Sin City, Hell's Lovers, and Outcasts. So go check out that story. It's a good story at bikerliberty.com. Bikerliberty.com, Black Dragon's online news magazine. It's been around since about maybe 2017 or so. It's the number 2 news magazine out there. Hollywood's is number 1. His is harleyliberty.com. Mine is bikerliberty.com. So go check that story out. And so that brings us up to today's, did I cover everything? That brings us up to today's conversation. Let me make sure I covered everything. Hell's Angels, Sin City, okay. Yes, guarding your marriage or your relationship from brother sabotage is the MC protocol discussion for today. How do you guard against people trying to come into your relationship with the bullshit? Our protocol expert, Mark Valentine.
Woo.
I'm going to put woo up here somewhere. So our protocol expert, woo. How in the, okay, we'll let you start.
So what was the question? Hit me with the title again, Dragon.
How to stop or how to guard your relationship. You're in a motorcycle club,
right?
And you got brothers that are trying to come between or sabotage your relationship with your significant other.
Well, first and foremost, you have to have a strong relationship. I tell everybody this all the time. If you're not in a relationship when you join a club, don't get into one. And if you're in one before you join a club, make sure it's rock solid. Because a motorcycle club will expose every crack in your relationship over time. If you don't have a rock solid relationship, you're not going to last. So it really shouldn't. It comes down to trust, and it's really not only motorcycle clubs. It's if I trust my wife, I trust my wife, regardless of where she is, regardless of who she's around. It shouldn't matter. And after a while, bros get the message. And if they're really your brothers, they don't try that stupid stuff. I don't know if I can curse online, but on YouTube. But if they're really your brothers, they don't try that stupid stuff. And if they see somebody else try, they automatically put them in check. You know, I come from a place that really, really, really didn't play that. I'm not saying it didn't go on. I'm not saying it didn't happen. That would be a lie. But if they caught you, you were going to pay a heavy price for it. So. Again, to me, it all boils down to your relationship. You know, it's up to your woman or your old lady to say, "Hey, you know, my man is so and so. I don't get down like that," or whatever she says. But to let it be known that for you to approach me knowing that that's your brother is unacceptable. And once you do that, then you know they tend to stop. They tend to stop. You know, nothing is 100%, but they tend to stop. And if they don't stop, then you could ask for your 30 seconds. You can take it in the back room and you can handle it like men. But I think you need a really, really solid relationship before going into a club or after you get into a club. And that helps a lot. That really, really helps a lot.
So in my story, there was a particular dirtbag. His name was Hardcore. I love calling Derek's name out because he was a rotten piece of shit. And there's a couple kind of ways people will try to sabotage your relationship. One is because somebody wants your woman. And that is, you know, the oldest thing in the book. Somebody sees what you got because you've been around bragging about it. Oh, she does this for me. Oh, she does that for me. So one of the things I say, keep your personal business in your house. But that's one way. That's the old-fashioned way. Somebody always trying to maybe try to get your girl. But there's another one, and that is the political sabotage. You are a president, you're doing well, and you've got an enemy, a political enemy, and that political enemy wants to draw problems in your household to distract you away from the club. And that's what happened to me when one of my club brothers decided that he would try to throw some dirt on Tia to distract me from what I was doing, so that they could wind up doing so that he could basically take over the club or whatever the case may be. And so he came. He tried to make it seem like Tia was having some sort of discussion with him behind my back, and he did it real nasty. He comes walking up to me and says, "You know, Tia, the time I talked to you on the phone, and I promised you I wouldn't say anything about it." See, what had happened was he had done some foul shit, and Tia had torn his ass up on the internet, on Facebook, and called him out for the piece of garbage that he was. So, in order to get back at her, he comes walking up and he wants to throw this. Hey, Tia, you remember when you talked to me and I promised you I wouldn't tell you, I wouldn't tell John what you or Dragon what you were talking about, and then I stopped him right then. I said, well, if you talk to her in confidence, why are you breaking that confidence now? What has changed? What's made you get to the point that what you're showing what a dirty piece of garbage you are and can't be trusted? So I just wasn't going to allow some SOB to come running into my life and destroy what I had going on with my woman, with his BS, because like you said, trust is an important factor to me. Tia, you want to talk about that at all?
So I know that the particular person you talking about was someone that you bought in the club. We were at a store and he approached us. I let you talk to him and convince him of joining the club. So from day one, this guy was my brother. I have something with it. I'm wired a certain type of way, just like I don't look at my biological brothers on some incest shit. I look at your brothers when they become my brothers, they are my brothers. So to look at one in a light of that can never happen. I'm not wired like that. And I do know that I had to learn who you were and what role you played in your club, and that you were attacked from day one. I'm talking about a day one. I noticed as I grew, or as our relationship grew, I saw how you were alone a lot. And I never understood that. Like, I come from Chicago, where I know how a lot of gangs and different organizations, how they're set up. And so even gangs have bylaws and different things. So I know that there's some things you just don't do. And so to reach out to a brother's wife, or I confided in him for something. I mean, as women, we look to brothers, we look to you all as leaders, for direction, for protection. And that shouldn't be taken, it shouldn't be mishandled. It should be no different than you going to confide with a counselor and they keep what you guys said in confidence. But when it was turned around and I feel like you was being attacked, I was like, whoa, well, this is not. So everybody that you call yourself, that calls themselves like an enemy of yours, I try to look at things from their side. I don't just pick up your enemies as my enemies. I try to see, well, why did y'all fall out? And why I'm not just gonna automatically take your side. If you're wrong, I'll definitely call you out on being wrong. But in this culture, like the brother Wu said, your relationship have to be strong. You won't last. You won't make it. It's so many different dynamics to our this bikers culture. And so I just you just have to stay grounded, stay close, stay, connected to your spouse, because people will try to come into what you all have and tear it down. And I had to see a lot of the betrayal, a lot of the two-facedness. I mean, even, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like you was no angel. To be a king or a national president, you have to be relentless. Sometimes you gotta do some things that nobody agrees with to run a nation. But you did it for 8 years until you let you had some of the wrong type of people, under you. You that's why I feel like you failed at running your organization. I truly can say that. It's like, and I warned you. And maybe I'm talking too much, but I feel like if a woman, it's a blessing to even be a part of what you are a part of, because I've been to biker events where I met wives and I said, oh, I met your husband at so-and-so annual. You don't go. No, I don't go on the biker set. He don't never take me on the biker set. I was like, really? And so in that moment, I felt blessed to be able to come into what is important to you, what you share. This is one of the bigger parts of you, your biker. So, I remember in my first marriage, my ex-husband was a bodybuilder and one of the best in the state. He competed in competition statewide. And so he stayed in the health club. But with the health club came the women and the drinking, and he was a Mason. There was a lot of things. I was never invited to his Mason, any functions that the Masons had. So to me, that left a bad taste in my mouth with the Mason. I have a family full of Masons, but I would just deal with things with him. And I just knew that was something I don't really choose to be a part of. But for you to be on in your chair, in your role in your club, I knew I had to. If I was going to be a part of your life, I was going to have to join you in that where you were. And I learned a lot of things, like, wow, these brothers do not like him. And so I'm like, well, if you don't like him, if you throwing shit on him, it's gonna splatter on me because I'm right next to him. When you affect his money, you affect the church's money. So it's definitely something to be discussed.
So, Lavish, what are your thoughts on it?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. My thoughts is they're gonna be coming off from all over the place, because I done seen it all. I done seen people that respect certain people in the club and they wouldn't dare talk to somebody's lady. I done seen people in the club that see somebody's, female, and they will still try to shoot their shots. And you got to be the woman got to be a strong woman. And then also she can't, fall a victim of circumstance. Some of them get weak. So, you got to look at it that way as well. Some of them get weak and they feed into, the guy. And then next thing you know, she that guy's girl. I done seen where you have club members that say, hey, if you wanted your girl, you should never bring her around here. So I'm just going off of different things that I've seen myself. And it all stems back to one, man, how loyal is this guy to you? Even though we in the same club, man, half of these guys, man, they not that loyal to each other. I mean, we all meeting each other from different places, joining the club. I mean, no matter how you look at it, you know, we certain things sound good when we talk about brotherhood in the club, and we will brotherhood, and we will ride against a rival enemy in club. We'll stick together for that, you know, but then we won't stick together when it comes down to, you know, fellowshipping amongst ourselves sometimes in some clubs, you know, because all these clubs, they're not all perfect. You know, we might go out in the street and behave one way, but behind closed doors, I can't stand that dude. I hate him. We don't talk to each other while we at the club because he took my wife, or he tried to talk to my girl, and you know, things of that nature. I've seen it. I'm not saying it's right. I don't mess around, and I don't bring, you know, people around, you know, especially the ones that I really care about. So, you know, when you hear Tia when she talks and you bring her around, that's great. It is good to have your mate around, but I done been there and I done seen so much that I was, you know, I'm kind of one and done. And my one and done is I did that. I had someone, I had them out there, and you know, I do it again. The bike set, that's my pastime, that's my hobby, that's my enjoyment. Now, me and you might go do bike activities elsewhere, but I'm not gonna bring you there. And if I do, I'm not, you know, I'm not being rude to nobody, but there's no need for me to introduce you to anybody. And that's not me being rude. That's just what you
Something's going on with your sound, bro.
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm on Safari instead of Google. Google won't let me open. Wouldn't let me a stranger. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, your sound is. You need to probably go out and come back in. So for me, Woo, we have to talk about the MC protocol. So the MC protocol is this. You should not be having any personal conversations with somebody's significant other as a club brother.
Absolutely.
That you don't, I'm not saying the conversation might not occur, but the minute that it does, you report to the club brother, I talked to your wife about this.
Absolutely.
This is the MC protocol.
Absolutely.
I talked to your wife about this.
100%.
I talked to your girl about this. This is what happened. This is what we talked about. This is everything that took place in the conversation. I have you don't have conversations, meetings, meetups with my woman or any club brother's woman. And if there's such a time where you talked one-on-one about something, then it is your responsibility as a club brother to let me know that. Hey, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I called the house the other day. You weren't there. Your wife told me where you were. I just wanted you to know I had a conversation with her. It's that simple. That's how it's supposed to be done. And anything less than that is balderdash.
Well, you know what, Dragon? I don't want to cut you off, but it's also, again, it's also my wife's job to shut that down before it even gets started. So, you know what, you have something that you want to talk. Perhaps I'm not the person to talk to. Maybe you need to go talk to your wife. Maybe you need to call one of your club brothers. But I don't want to put my man or myself or you in a position where something could be misconstrued and then there's a problem down the line. So I know that's what my woman, that's what she does. She nicks it in the ass right before it even gets started. So you're not even gonna get in the door with her. She ain't trying to hear it. She's not trying to hear it.
Another thing that I have seen, and you're absolutely right. Another thing that I have seen is sometimes when you have the first lady, you know, a lot of clubs will be very, very will be close. So the first lady is the soft side of the president. And a lot of folks will try to go to the first lady to have things. It shouldn't happen that way. MC business should be MC business. The club is between the brothers, but I've seen it. I can only talk about what I've seen.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is so true.
They'll go to the first lady. Hey, can you talk to Dragon, man? Because
absolutely.
He's you know, blah, blah, blah. And if your lady says something like, man, I can't stand that mofo, he blah, blah, blah. Somebody may try to weaponize that against you. And
yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that in our club, man. You know, so I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. So let me say, when I say we don't have that in our club, our president is very verbal. Hey man, don't even talk to my wife. don't even say nothing to her. What are you saying anything to her? And he brings that to the floor. He's very verbal about that, you know.
But,
And
but go ahead, Lovitz. I'm sorry.
no, then a lot of guys are like that too. So we don't really have that kind of problem. But I have seen other guys amongst women when it comes down to women talking, telling. Yeah, Black Dragon was down here yesterday. He was down here. Y'all still together? Yeah, why you say that? Oh, because I seen him. He asked somebody on the bike. I didn't know what was up. Shoot, I was trying. They do that old slick kind of stuff.
They do. And that's the other thing. If you're in a relationship, have your act together, bros. Don't be messy out. You're a president, everybody's watching. You're a sergeant at arms, everybody's watching. There are no, you can't move in silence. You're staying at the hotel with everybody, and you can think you're going to sneak somebody into your room. It don't work like that. Stay in the hotel down the street. You have to realize that when you're in a position of authority, everybody sees you. There is no secrecy. Everybody's watching. That's why they're going to see you. So have your shit not raggedy out in the street.
And then they're watching you too if they're doing their job because they're your security.
Because it's security.
You got your personal security. Then the club knows that their job is to make sure that you're all right too. So you should already know that you're gonna have a million eyes on
you. You should know that.
I wanted to say something just for the record. The conversation had nothing. It was nothing sexual or nothing on those lines. Like Dragon said, when you're a national president and the number one and number two, we sit at a table together. We stay at each other's homes. So it was the type of relationship, and it was all about the biker world.
Yeah, but what my point was the dirty MFer tried to weaponize it and turn us against each other, and it just wasn't going to happen. It was never going to happen.
That happens though,
and that's exactly what that son of a bitch tried to do.
Because you also had a close relationship with your number two's wife.
Deidre,
like
yes.
she was, we were family.
We talked all the time. We talked for hours, Deidre and I. But one thing I always did is I always called her husband and told him the conversations that we had, and he was good with that. He was good with her. She was like a sister to me, but she would call and talk to me, and we would talk, and she would tell me so many wonderful things about leadership and all kinds. She was such a smart, intelligent woman. She is now passed away, but I never talked to that sister without telling her husband or telling her husband I was going to talk to her. It's those sorts of things. Those are important. That's the rules. Those are the rules.
Can you agree that before I approach a brother, there was a time probably when all of that stuff came out about your club, and I had a relationship with your brothers and your sisters as well. Mm-hmm. And before I talked to your brother, I did ask your permission. I'm learning protocol too. I'm never gonna act like I got it all. I'm learning as I grow.
Yes, you
right?
did. Mm-hmm. You did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the devil was always busy, and he always looking for a way to come in and disrupt things. And so I if you have this guy around us all the time, I feel like if I could, and his wife, if we could talk, we at a table together, I should be able to talk to him as a brother. And sometimes you say, okay, this is off the grid. But you also know when it's off the grid. I always ask your permission before, because for that reason. Yes. So I tell Dragon, everything is a teaching moment. Everything, your experience is your greatest teacher. So every time I experience something in this life, this culture, to us, we learning and growing, we teaching, we vibing back and forth, so let's just make that clear, that it was about club business and not like and nothing like that.
No, and you know something.
Yeah, I just don't put nothing past nobody.
If you remember,
yeah, I hear you.
For me, I never even I said, I don't even want to hear about. I don't care. Bro, why are you telling me now? You should have told me. Now you're trying to get back at her and you're trying to try to flame it. It ain't happening. Get the hell out of here with your raggedy ass. And so you have to, as Wu said, you got to be strong in your relationship. You got to know what you got going on. You got to know what's going on within you and what you got in your relationship. And because people, especially when you get into positions of authority or people are trying to maneuver politically, they will do whatever they can to destroy what you got going on.
Absolutely,
I had
100%.
to learn that.
100%. 100%. I think a lot of times men know that and they prey on women that have low self-esteem. And these women just want to, they want the attention that your wife is getting. They want to be that property of, or they want to be that wife that's getting the attention. And they feel that by sleeping with you or by having a relationship with you, that automatically will elevate them in the club world. And I think men know that and they prey on that a lot. So it's not always the woman's side. It could be the men's side. And a lot of times the women, it could be the women's side. So there's a lot of greasy women out there that just want to, oh, he doesn't cheat on his wife, well, I'm going to get him. I'm going to be the only woman that can say, well, he slept with me. I think a lot of that goes on too. And
it definitely go on. It's a challenge to some
it's
of
a
the women
challenge.
to see
Absolutely.
if they can get it.
To see if they can get you. And it becomes a challenge to them. So it's up to you. It's up to you to provide your significant other with whatever it is they need in your relationship to keep it solid. My relationship shouldn't have any holes in it, with the club or without the club. My relationship should be solid, period. Right? There should be nothing that my wife wants or needs for that I can't give her, where she knows that she can get it from her man. You know what I'm saying? That to me is the magic to all of it. That to me is the magic to all of it.
That's our show for today. Can you guys not hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Somebody was saying they couldn't hear me. Okay, I wanted to go back for just a second. The movie was called The Learning Tree, not Sounder. They were both made about the same time. I couldn't rest until I found this. So this is that scene, and someone said on here that this also really bothered them as well. This scene, somebody said they weren't able to sleep for a week or two. Right here. I saw the movie as a child also, BD. Couldn't sleep for about a week after the Sounder movie. There were two scenes, big scenes. One was the tornado scene, and that was crazy too. You guys have to go check the tornado scene. This is the scene right here that I saw when I was 9 years old, and it absolutely set the stage. So you have the sheriff coming up on these people that are gambling. Check this out.
Kirky. Talk. Kirky's coming. Run, Tuck, run.
That stained me. I just couldn't believe that you could shoot a man in the back for running. All the way at the end of the movie, the sheriff does the same thing again at the same lake. Let's see. Do we have it here? Queued up. Let's see. Maybe it's, yeah. Is this it?
Where's he at? Where is he? He went in the woods.
right there. That is what impressed upon my mind, that you don't run from cops. It was racist. It was unfair. Yeah, he was a felon running at the time, and this last guy was a felon running. The first guy was doing something illegal. He was gambling in the park, but running is what cost them their lives. So stop running from these people.
They say the vertical show has no audio.
The vertical show has no audio. Let's see. I wonder why that is. All right, well, we're getting ready to shut down anyway. This is probably some glitch. Damn. That really sucks. Anyway, this is you can't run from these folks, man. You cannot run from them. And unmute. Let me see. Mute. Can they hear me now? Oh, man. Very disappointing. But you can't run from them folks. Don't run from them folks, man. They'll kill you. And that's they'll kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing happened to that man for shooting two people in the back in the same show as they were running from him. Nothing happened to him at all. You can say, "Oh, they were running. I saw the gun pointed at my head." Same shit happens. It's been going on since
forever.
Since whatever time this was, right? Been going on forever, man. Stop running from them folks, man. Stop running. They'll kill you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Like my mom said, you can be right, but you can be dead right. And dead right means you're a t-shirt. And that's all. All right, my friends. Woo, it's so good to have you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed your first
absolutely
show on Black Dragon.
You guys are amazing. You guys are more fun in person than you are when I'm sitting in my bedroom watching you guys.
Mark has a long history on motorcycle clubs and everything, so I'm so glad to have him here. I got one of these days, man. I'm getting old. I'm not doing things right. But Woo has a long history in motorcycle clubs, and it's just that I saw your name for so long when I was looking at your stuff, and I just learned your name Woo just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So
yeah. My name in the street is WOO Woo. No one calls me Mark. Yeah. I know it says Mark on Facebook, but nobody calls me Mark. My mother. You know how mothers are. They don't do nicknames.
I'm gonna get myself together. I'm so glad you haven't cursed me out yet. I'm gonna get myself together.
Not at all. Not at all. It's okay. It's fine.
Oh, Valentine is your last name?
Valentine, Mark Valentine. Absolutely. That's my government name.
That's a dope last name. We got some guys who use the name Valentine because it just sounded sweet. It
sounds good. Yeah, well,
that's kind of sweet. That shit.
It's the biological. It's the biological. It's the government name, man.
You got a name that you can use your whole name and it's still sweet.
My middle name is David, so it's actually Mark David Valentine. But I don't use my name. I don't. I don't. My parents, like I said, my parents use it more than I do. I don't use it at all. Not at all. But I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. And everybody, y'all have a good day. We'll get you out of here first, Lavish.
Hey, man, I'm out of here, man. I was doing a lot of stuff when you called me. I was at the doctor's office. I came home. I cooked breakfast, half of breakfast on the podcast, and still made it. Hey, man. Hey, y'all have a good day. I still got a lot of stuff to do, man. So y'all take care, man. Enjoy.
All right. Take care, young man. You, sir.
Just want to tell everybody, man, thank you for subscribing to my page. Thank you for reading what I write. If this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys. Shout out to obviously Black Dragon for the love and support he's been showing me. And thank you to Hollywood and Saint Throttle for the love and support he's been showing me. And to all the other content creators, man, keep doing what you guys do, man. Keep your tools to the ground.
We appreciate it. Tia?
I like that. That's love. That's what's up. Yeah, I just want to tell everybody to stay happy. I'm sorry. Yeah, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay free.
All right. And everybody, I appreciate you guys all. Make sure to get my newest books, Robert's Rules for Motorcycle Clubs. This is #1 bestseller already. And The Art of War for Motorcycle Clubs, man. Check it out. You can get it in paperback or hardcover. It's really cool. Like I
have.
created a library book. Say what?
This is the Roberts that I have.
You don't have the right one. You get so ugly.
Hey, no, because they say, man, you in those commissioner meetings, you need to read it because
oh yeah,
I'm so urban. Hey, man, they just listen. They be shaking their head because they be like, I be like, what up, Joe? Oh, excuse me. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you do need Robert's Rules for what you're doing. If you read this one, it's better than that one you got there. This one breaks it down for motorcycle clubs, but this was the abridged version. This will get you up and running to understand what that whole Robert's Rules does and what it's supposed to do for motorcycle clubs. And they use it everywhere, Congress everywhere, and you absolutely need to learn it. Woo! Yeah, it's tough. Hey, my new book, the Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook, is coming out in about a week or so. Make sure you guys get that if you have chaplains in your motorcycle club. This book was written for you, or if you want to be a chaplain, or if you're in a motorcycle ministry and you want to understand chaplaincy and how to serve the MC community, get my newest book coming out in about a week or so, the Motorcycle Club Chaplain's Handbook. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thank you to my host and co-hosts. I hope that you guys hang out with me for a while. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Bye, guys. And here we go. Let me get the right button to get up out of here on. Boom. Boom. Will, you still there?
I'm here. I am. Phone's getting ready to die, but I'm still here.
I can't see you.
Oh, hold on, because you're in my back pocket. Hold on. Where are you? Hold on. There you go. There you go. Give me a second.
Oh, heck. In the stream. Holy Jesus. Thank you, Mama Iron Ranger.